Hey, hey.
Hello.
I feel like it's been forever, but welcome back. This is Love, Loss, Recovery, or Deliverance. Yes. The podcast or video where two different stories of addiction come together and one honest conversation. So two sides of addiction, one very honest conversation.
Yes. So welcome everybody. What we do is we just really talk about what's most important in our lives and kind of happening, and what most people are just afraid to talk about and to say out loud, including the pain, the hope, the love, the lies, and everything in between that comes with addiction and lives of addiction. So that's what this podcast will be covering.
Yep. So today, let's
talk about it. Let's do it.
Okay. So today's conversation is going to be the moment I knew there was a problem, or the moment I knew that they had a problem. And just to be clear, I have a loved one in addiction, and then Regina.
Yep, I have been in addiction. I also have loved ones still in addiction, and loved ones set free from addiction already. And Michelle said that it's real talk, love, loss, and recovery. My story and my belief system is deliverance, because I don't ever want to be recovered to a point to go back to.
Right.
Which is the difference. So just to clarify that with all of you.
So she's past recovery.
Yes.
You're delivered.
Yes, I've been delivered and set free, and that's what I say in my testimony. So, but the struggle is still real. Okay.
Yeah.
Loving
Day to day. Yeah.
Loving people in addiction and walking life with people in addiction. Making sure you're still doing all the mental health to stay away from addiction, all the things.
Yes. So yeah, Regina, can you pinpoint a specific time or action that you knew that there was a problem?
With myself?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's before I knew I was addicted to food, to alcohol, to men, or relationships, and then 8 months to narcotics. I knew I had a problem early on when I realized that I never felt worthy or valued. It started back then, you know what I mean?
But back then, did you know it?
Oh, no.
Like, did you know it at the time?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, as I grew into an adult, I was like, something's off.
Okay.
There's something. And I could never pinpoint it. Why was I doing what I did? So the moment I did know I had a problem and wanted to deal with it was when, this is embarrassing to talk about, but we're going to be raw and real. So I knew I had a problem that I needed help with when I stole $100 from my mother, who was my enabler all of our years, to feed that addiction with narcotics.
So when you did it, you knew, because you have morals.
Really
You knew it was wrong.
I did, but I was craving what I was craving at the moment. I chose to dig in my mama's purse, and I made a choice to go and get what I wanted.
Yeah.
To satisfy that craving.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a choice. I made that choice. I could have.
But at that time when you were doing it, you knew that there was a problem.
I knew
when
it
you
was
were
wrong.
doing it.
I said, "Who does this?" I remember getting in my car, saying, "Oh my God, did I just take from my mother, who's always given to me?"
Because all you would have had to do was ask.
And she said it. Because let me just tell y'all, even in my addiction, I would tell on myself. I would. I don't do good anymore. But even then, like, I felt so convicted and bad. It didn't take me long.
Mm-hmm.
And it was shortly thereafter that
Gotcha.
I went and got the help I needed. But yeah, my mom was like, I would have just gave it to you. And I'm like, that's the problem, Mom. No, anyway, moving right along.
Yeah. So for me, I don't know that I can pinpoint a day or a time where it became an issue for him. The alcoholism, because we both drank,
Mm-hmm.
right? We at parties or at the
Outings,
lake or
yeah.
whatever. I think I realized that it was a problem when I said to him, like, you're drinking every day. Like, it is an everyday occurrence. And he was like, I know, I've just been really stressed at work, and once this happens, it'll get better. Right? Once I quit this job and start my new job, things will get better. Once we move from this house and we buy this house, I won't have time.
Yeah. Instead of dealing with the why behind why he was drinking or feeling the need.
So, yeah, and then it just escalated, for my family anyway. It just, that point, and I was giving in to, well, if we do this,
Yeah.
it'll get better.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I want it to get better.
Yeah,
Anything
we
you want or
appease
need.
them.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Anything, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
You want this 15 acres? That's going to occupy you because you got to mow, you got to build fences, you
all
got
the
to
things.
do all the things. And it just got worse.
Yeah.
So that's kind of,
Yeah.
it took me a while to realize it because I was in denial.
Yeah.
Because I had believed in him. So we talked about that earlier. I put him here.
Yeah.
Like, I believed him. I believed every word that came out of his
and we
mouth.
want to believe the best in the people we love. We want them to be successful and overcome the hardships and the things, right? And here's the reality. Some people can do that really easily. Some people can't. Some people need a little more help along the way. To learn how to implement the things that you need to be successful. The boundaries that we've talked about in the past and all the things. But I think the problem with people who suffer with an addictive personality, alcoholism, all the things, is the lack of desire to have accountability, obviously. And so that's another huge thing when you're getting ready to transition. We can talk about that later. Accountability. And then holding everybody, your loved ones, accountable. That's even hard. When you're wanting to see them succeed, yet you don't want to step on toes. You don't want them
you're
to
tiptoeing
all around it. Because if I say the wrong thing, they're going to go drink. They're going to go get drunk, and then we're going to deal with all the same things again.
And even in active addiction, I feel like that's true.
Oh, it is.
I mean, because they're drinking or getting high or whatever it is their addiction is.
Right.
And you, as the loved one, or at least for me, now it may not be everybody, but for me it was, I don't want to have that conversation while he's drinking.
Right.
Not only because he's not in his right state of mind, but he's not a very nice person when he's drinking.
Right.
Or, I mean,
And he won't even remember the conversation.
and sometimes he won't even remember it. Or, you know, the next day you say, you remember that conversation? And then it's like, of course I remember. Why wouldn't I remember? Like,
Yeah.
you know, then it's a big thing. And you're like, okay, sorry.
Or,
like,
no, I don't remember. Because there was so much, they had blacked out so much or drank.
But they
and all.
don't say that. Or in my case.
That's okay. Hey, listen, it's okay. We're okay, girls. They're just showing us some love. They can tell these are just some vulnerable moments,
Yes.
and they're checking on us.
Yes. He would never admit that he didn't remember until recently.
Oh, recently. Okay.
Recently was the first time he had ever admitted it. Any other time he'd be like, yes, I remember, and walk off.
Why do you think that is?
Shame, guilt.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or,
You tell me.
Or, well, there were times I would drink so much I would black out. And I really couldn't.
But I mean, the
remember.
lies in general.
Oh,
I mean, it's because of the shame or the guilt, and
For
because
sure.
you know you did wrong.
For sure.
or-
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, you don't want to be held accountable, number one. You don't want to hear it. Oh my God, I know I did this already. I'm
Yes.
already dealing with it in my mind. I don't need to hear you saying all that kind
Yeah.
of mentality, attitude. And I recognize that and remember it with my mom
yeah.
when she'd be trying to tell me in love,
Yeah.
Regina.
Remember we talked about this, and
yeah. Yeah. And they just, they are the ones that have to get to a place when they're ready to hear it and ready to make a change. And that's the only time it's going to stick.
yeah, yeah.
But going back to, what was the question? Because I wanted
The
to...
moment you realized, or the moment you knew you had a problem, or realized, even with your loved ones, when you realized they had a problem.
Yeah. When you've been in addiction, you're able to spot manipulation a lot easier than if you've not been in addiction.
Okay.
So that's where discernment comes into. And I feel like when you've been delivered from it, it's some weird gift that you get and you don't always want it. But you can see through people. You can see the manipulation. You can see what they're doing. And that's when, personally, I just start praying for them. Because they're not always ready to have the conversations, right? Because why even initiate a conversation they're not ready to receive?
Oh, for sure.
And so, with some of my people that I know that have been and still are in active addiction, that's just how I handle it now. I just pray and wait for them to come to me and talk to me about it, and then just share.
You know, something that just came to my mind while you were talking, sorry. It pertains to when I knew they had a problem or whatever. So I have a lot of guilt or shame because I didn't really recognize that there was a problem. But in years past, so he had mentored troubled people.
Okay.
Like he employed people coming out of rehabs and things like And so I can remember a couple of times, telling him, like, I feel like John, I'm not going to say anybody's name, but
sure.
I feel like John is using again. And I don't want him in my house around my children while he's using. And, he would be like, no, or, Susie is, using again or drinking or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But I couldn't recognize it in him.
Well, you know that old saying, sometimes you're too close to the mirror.
Yeah.
And you got to step back to see all the blemishes and all of the things.
Sure. Yeah.
That's what that reminds me of.
Yeah.
You're too close sometimes.
Well, because I want to believe it.
And that too.
I love him. I want to believe that he is a good person. Not
And
that
he
he's
is.
not a good person, but I want to believe that he's not lying to me and he's not manipulating me and he's not doing all these things, because that is not who he was.
Right.
right? He was in recovery or delivered for 23 years.
And that's a long time.
That is a long time to
So
then
what
relapse.
do you think triggered him for relapse? What happened?
So I feel like, so he went through some medical trauma.
And you don't have to share if you don't want to.
No, that's, so, and I've thought about this a lot lately. So he went through some medical trauma. And our son graduated and left home kind of in the same time frame.
Okay.
And so I feel like, okay, the medical trauma, he was on some pretty heavy narcotics in the hospital for about 6 months.
Okay.
Couldn't eat, couldn't drink, the whole thing.
And then for a man, like depression, even, and we've
Yes.
talked about how mental health and all that runs hand in hand with addiction.
Absolutely.
And so even for a man not to be able to do the things that a man, during that downtime for 6 months, like mow the yard or whatever, that had to play a lot on his psyche.
And then when he's recovered, our son is graduating and leaving the house.
Empty nest syndrome type stuff.
He doesn't know what to do with his time.
Yeah.
Because we were very involved with our son.
Yeah.
And so then I then dealt with losing my son and then having to watch my husband struggle and disappear slowly.
And that just goes back to what we were talking about earlier, having to grieve
Yes.
the loss of the people we knew and have loved.
Yes.
It is a grieving process, y'all, and don't feel like you have to always, if you have that person in your life, keep it together and not process those emotions.
Yes.
Because it is important for your healing. Like, this affects everybody, and that's why we're here and talking about two sides of addiction. I'm sorry, we're good. Oh, bless them. But,
Jack.
it's okay, Jack. Mourning the loss of the person you knew, in your case, for over 20 years. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
And that's a lot for you to deal with.
Oh.
And so then here's what happens when we're loving people in addiction and all the things. We have to start looking internally.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And that's where the hard work even comes for those that love us.
So what do you feel like, I have a friend who has a spouse in active addiction and a child at the same time. Can you imagine the turmoil, the confusion, all the things, right? Now, you've dealt with a child, right? I have not yet, and I hope I never do. I honestly hope I never do.
Yeah.
But what do you feel like? It's one thing to love your spouse in addiction, but a child?
Yeah.
I cannot fathom it.
And I'll just share what my mama said about me, and then I'll share how my love for my son, not biologically, but he's mine.
But yeah.
I call him mine, and I'm not going to share his story, but I'll share how
It's
I
not
got
yours to
through
share.
it.
Yeah.
My mom said I only knew to pray. That's all I know I could do on those sleepless nights when I knew, but I wouldn't admit that I knew what you were doing and all the things.
Yeah.
I didn't know what else to do but pray and trust God. And I say it all the time. I firmly believe it was the prayers of my praying mama that got me through some of the situations I was putting myself in.
Oh yeah, I can only
And
imagine,
you
yeah.
know, the unconditional love that she had is the closest love to God you will ever have. A parent for a child,
Mm-hmm.
you know, in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we've talked about this on our last podcast. Maybe it was our first one. Just the realization what I took her through when I got sober, and all the things. You know, I hope it made her feel good when I was able to say, "You were right. You recognized it, and thank you for loving me through it."
Mm-hmm.
Because we get to choose if we're going to love them through it. Are we going to walk away? Are we going to abandon them?
And
Are we going to
that's-
reject them? Those are hard things.
Those are hard choices.
Because you don't want to become an enabler. You don't want to stand in their way.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to put them on pedestals in our own lives that they don't belong on, because then that's giving them an expectation they will never live up to.
Right.
Right? You see what I'm saying? And then loving a child, in whether they're an adult child, a teenage child, your child,
Mm-hmm.
in any form of addiction is heartbreaking. I
how
got
do
to
you-
see it from my mama's eyes
Yeah.
when I got to walk in it.
Yeah.
How do I what?
How do you? Yeah. No, but I mean, like, so it's one thing to set boundaries and expectations for your spouse.
Right. How do you do that
How
with
do
a
you
child?
do that with a child?
Tough love. I know. But listen, an adult child needs to hear realness and love.
Yeah.
Probably they've not ever had any boundaries, so they're not used to boundaries. My mama really didn't
Or
put
they-
any into place with me.
Or they left because there was too
Many boundaries. Total opposite.
Yeah.
It just depends on the person's walk in life
Yeah.
and upbringing, and all the things. So
But you would say, even as a parent, no matter what the situation is, you love them through it with healthy boundaries.
with healthy
The
boundaries,
same thing, like just
With
the same
that's right.
scenario, just a different type of boundaries.
Right.
Because obviously, your spouse's boundaries are not going to be the same as your
Right.
child's boundaries, right? It could still be, you're not going to come into my house if you're drunk or high
That's
or
exactly
stoned
right.
or whatever.
Don't bring that here.
Yeah.
That's a boundary.
Mhm.
I love you so much, but I also have myself to care for. If you have other children in the
Yeah,
home,
yeah.
other children to care for, these are healthy boundaries, and you're going to have to figure it out. When you get to a place where you really want some help, come talk to me, because I'm going to help you get the resources you need. Till then, I love you,
Okay,
and I'm
so
praying for you.
let's talk about that. Sorry, we did
We-
go on these
Rabbit trails.
This podcast should be called Rabbit
It
Trails.
should. We should have named it that. It's okay. AKA Rabbit Trail.
Oh dang! Now,
The children. Boundaries.
yes,
Healthy.
So, I lost my train of
No,
thought.
it's okay.
I really did.
No, we were talking about saying, I love you, but you're going to have to figure it out. When you're ready,
Oh,
come
okay,
talk to
for
me.
the resources and things
Yes.
like that. So, do you help them with finding resources, or do you tell them this is your journey? You find the resources.
Here's the number. If you want the help, here's the number. And then they get to make a choice
Okay.
to pick up the phone. Hey, do y'all have a bed? I'm going through some things in life. I want to change. That puts it back on them.
Mm-hmm.
They have to make their own choice.
Mm-hmm.
You're there to support them, not to enable them
Yeah.
or push them.
Well, and that was my point. Like,
Mhm.
do we
Even
do it
with
for
spouses.
them, or do we just
No.
we give them the resources and they have to make the choice?
Yes. Let me tell y'all. Let me share. Okay. So my mama, when I was sitting in my apartment, I had tried to get high, so high, after 2 weeks after having an encounter with God that changed my being.
Mm-hmm.
I went back home. The drug was there no matter what. Oftentimes, I didn't even have to pay for it.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I recognize that as a sign, an attack from the enemy in my faith system. Satan didn't want me to get healthy. He didn't want me to get happy. He didn't want me to get healed. He didn't want me to get delivered.
Mm-hmm.
Right? All these obstacles. Didn't have any furniture in my apartment. I had my little chihuahua named Sugar. My TV was sitting on my floor, and I was watching Mary J. Blige. She's a famous rap singer, so don't tell me that God won't use people in the secular setting to deliver a message. God is God, and He can use anybody and anything.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so Mary J. was talking about her life, her song "No More Drama," and where that came from.
Okay.
And so she spent time in addiction, an unhealthy relationship. But she said that song came from a place of healing. Anyway, so it was at that moment, I just lost it. I couldn't get high. I had been up for days trying to get high. My heart should have popped. I should not be here.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not exaggerating. And so I picked up the phone and I called my mama. She was my go-to. But I knew she was tired too.
Yeah.
I could see it in her face every time. I would call her. Is she going to be okay today? Is she going to be alive today?
Yeah.
All the things. Called my mom. I said, Mom, you were with me 2 weeks ago. You know what I encountered. I need help. I can't do it. I'm not crazy. I'm broken. Because, see, mental health runs with addiction. And people would try to tell you that you're crazy sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I'm not. I'm broken and I need help and I need Jesus, because I knew that's what I needed. Anyway, so Mom said she did. She picked up the ball, right? She did pick up the ball. She made some calls. She found some resources. But ultimately, it was up to me. I had to be the one to call the program place back.
Oh, yeah.
And say, I'm ready for a change. They won't even, the place I went, they might give some information to the family member, but they're like, you can't do this for them, because they understand
They know
the importance of anyone who wants to make a change in their life doing it and not having someone do it for them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So as a parent, offer the resources, even with a spouse. Offer the resources, but it's up to you, buddy. I can't make your choices.
Yeah.
Honey, I love you. I love you so much that I have to step back and let you make your own choices.
Yeah. That's good, because I struggle with that, because I'm a fixer, right?
Yeah. Me too.
And most women, I
We
guess,
are. That's our nature. God created us to be nurturers and love and caring and all the things. And that's okay. But again, healthy boundaries. Loving someone enough to say, I can't do this for you. Because, for me, like I've said in other podcasts, why did I have to do anything? Mama did it for me all the time. That's manipulation right there, manipulation 101. There was no need for me to do anything because Mama always took care of it.
And your mom is still alive today.
She is, and we have had testimonies we've got to share with other people, both sides. And for me to hear it from my mom, it always reduces me to tears.
Maybe we should have your mom on here.
Come on, Carolyn. Carolyn, I'm going to call you. Come on. Anyway, she would. She loves to tell about God's goodness with this. And God started restoring our relationship because we did not. Like, I resented her for a lot of things.
Sure.
And the healing started when my healing started. It trickled down in all of my family.
Well, yeah, because you can't heal those relationships without healing yourself.
That's right.
That's
right. And I didn't even realize the damage I did. Like my baby sister. I always felt that they favored her. She always said they were too busy chasing you and worrying about you and following after you. That broke my heart.
That's a different perspective, right?
So, like, we don't understand, y'all, the damage we do to the family.
Yeah.
And it's real.
Wow.
So, but yeah.
Is that sun in your eyes?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Good.
I'm like trying to block it over here.
Yeah, I'm trying to. What was our question a moment
Well,
ago?
yeah.
Yeah. So that was my turning point when I stole from my mama. And yours was realizing when you think he
Honestly, I mean, I knew there was a problem when I when he was drinking, when it became a daily thing. But I didn't know it was a real problem.
Yeah, because we can drink every day in moderation, right? If and it is,
Yeah.
it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But you think it became a problem when?
So I think I realized that it was a real problem and a real issue when he would it was New Year's Eve 2 years ago.
Okay.
2 years ago? 3 years ago? I don't know. A couple years ago. We were planning a big bonfire. Friends and family and everything. And I said to him, please don't start drinking until 3 or 4 o'clock because you'll be drunk and then you'll miss the whole party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think when I said those words,
You kind of realize
Out-
something clicked
yeah,
out loud.
when I said it out loud, of course he didn't listen.
Right.
I mean-
but for you,
But for me, I realized it was an issue, and it was, I'll be fine, I'll drink slow, and then by 7, 8 o'clock when people just started arriving, he was so
Hammered.
drunk. He couldn't even stand up.
Yeah.
And he was in bed.
and then you had to attend everybody.
And then I had
By
the
yourself?
party by myself. Oh, I was mad.
I'm sure.
Oh, I was so mad.
Yeah.
I was angry.
See, and then that goes into us holding on to anger, bitterness, and resentment for things because of the choices of our loved ones,
Mm-hmm.
and how again affects us all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can relate. I
Yeah.
understand.
So, like I said, I'd like to say it was a gradual thing, but looking back,
hindsight's 2020.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that New Year's Eve when I said to him, please don't start drinking until later so you can make the party.
Yeah.
Like, realizing that once he started, he couldn't stop until he was so drunk he couldn't take it anymore. And then, so before, in the early stages, I guess, he would get so drunk and then he would go to bed. Then it got to the point where he would just drink until he passed out for an hour or two and then wake up and keep drinking. He would drink for days on end without any sleep.
Binge drinking. That's to cover a lot of stuff deep down that he doesn't want to unpack or didn't want to unpack or whatever the
So,
situation.
we talked about his medical trauma, but right before his medical trauma, his mom passed.
See, that's probably what really triggered
And then
maybe. And
it
then
was-
in addition to the narcotics
Mm-hmm.
and all the things during his medical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like a series of
Sure,
events.
sure.
So I can't say that one thing kind of started it.
Right.
Or,
Multiple.
yeah. I mean, he didn't drink real heavy before his mom passed.
Yeah.
Or before he had the medical trauma. But when he came out of that medical trauma, it was a slow progression into
Yeah.
what came up to be like drinking 24/7, it seemed like, with just short periods of naps in between.
Yeah. Well, here's what I know and what I realize just from loving someone who has had to grieve the loss of another, a loved one. It wasn't his mom. It was his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do not allow yourself, we were talking about this earlier, a chance to grieve, whether you're the one in addiction or not,
Right.
when you do not, as a person, as a human being, allow yourself the opportunity to grieve the loss, whether it's in the natural
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
not. Like, you grieving the loss of who they used to be.
Yeah.
But then truly grieving the loss of a loved one that you've spent half of your life with, in the physical. So that became the reason for someone I've loved, their journey with alcohol or addiction. Because you have to take the time to grieve, and when you don't, when you just start suppressing, it builds up. But see, that's what alcohol and addiction is. You're covering up the whys behind what we do. We've talked about that all the time.
Sure.
But that's to me been the in recent years that I've seen someone that I love in addiction or alcoholism. It started with not grieving.
Yeah,
The
not
way they-
dealing with
the
the feelings that are there.
Just push them back down. And it's okay. And men are so machismo. I'm just going to say it, y'all. Women do love men who are vulnerable. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
I do. I'm like, show me them tears. It lets me know you're real. All the things. But everybody grieves differently.
Yeah.
But men, more so, they hold on to it a lot harder and longer. Because
Well, and
that's how they're raised. Don't show emotions. Don't show tears. Some of them,
I was
not all of
gonna
them.
say let's probably clarify like Gen X and
This is true.
because the
This is true.
what is it, Gen Z? I don't even know all the Gen.
We're Gen X's, right?
Yes.
Because
I know.
we were born. So I think the Gen Zs are the youngers.
Yes.
They're the littles.
Well, they're
the
now-
30s, the 20s.
Yeah.
Those they're still littles to me.
Mm-hmm.
But clarify that because they are of a different generation.
They do
And-
have more
Agreed.
in touch with their emotions and feelings. But then there's another side of that because they're so in touch with their emotions and feelings. There's a lot of addiction in that too.
Mm-hmm. Well, and again,
Where's that balance?
and then learned behaviors,
Oh, sure.
upbringings, all the things. But you're right. I think this generation is more. Well, I don't know, but see, I have a whole lot of thoughts on that, and that could be for a whole another podcast about the things that they're watching,
Oh, for
putting
sure.
into them, all the things. I don't
For
know.
sure.
I don't know. That's a deep one. That's a topic, probably for another day. But there's so much I can say about that. But going back to just y'all, it's okay to not be okay. I think that we've got to say that. We've all got to get to a place. It's okay to not be okay because you've got to process.
Sure.
We've got to process the emotions, the feelings, and the world tells us. Well, my generation. Let me say that.
Yeah.
Pull up your bootstraps. Tie them up.
Put on your big girl panties.
Get over it.
Yep.
And that's a problem. Yes, we want to create strong young women and men, but why can't we do that? Or why couldn't they at that time, or the generation, right? Also saying it's okay to show your emotions and have these emotions and deal with the emotions and all the things.
Well, but at the same time, I think alcoholism back, even the generation before us,
Yeah.
was very prevalent.
Yeah.
And they just didn't talk about
It
it.
was just more socially acceptable then too.
Yeah, the men drank. That's what they did.
Yeah. It's true.
Some women, but for the most part, the men drank and the women stayed in the house, cooked and cleaned and took care
All
of the
the
kids. And then we came along and we wanted independence.
Yeah.
And, which I'm thankful for.
I am
However, it did.
But
bring
even
us-
in that,
yeah,
that's a slippery slope too.
absolutely.
And I
Absolutely.
remember during my healing, Michelle, when I went through my deliverance and I started to heal from all the things, I said, Lord, I don't want to be self-dependent anymore. I want to be God-dependent.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, that was huge. And still, even today, I struggle.
Sure.
Because I'm a go-getter, y'all. I can do whatever I need to do by myself. And my husband tells me all the time, oh, God forgive me, and I hope you don't get upset for me sharing this, but I've had to learn to let a man be a man in my life. Because I'm used to doing it all on my own. And I didn't realize I was taken away.
But, and this is another one of these rabbit holes we're going to go
Okay.
down. But in the beginning, did you set those expectations? Like, if he wants you to allow him to be a man, then okay, you can be a man.
Mhm.
But, and you want me to be the woman,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Does that mean I should not ask you to take out the trash because you know it needs to be taken out? Or I should not ask you to mow the grass because you can see that it needs to be mowed? Or
Right.
I mean,
I maybe opened that door and I shouldn't have. But no, yeah, right about that. Yeah.
because I know that's now mechanic stuff. That is my husband.
Yeah.
He's a mechanic.
Yeah.
I'm not a mechanic. If I had to, I could YouTube it. Right?
Yeah. I can. Google knows everything, and YouTube.
Yeah. So, but yeah, my husband and I have had those conversations.
Have you?
You know, but he likes to cook.
Yeah.
Right. And
Mine does too. He does most of the cooking.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, mine used to.
Well, you know why he does most of the cooking?
Mm.
Because I don't cook what he likes. Because he's so picky. And one day I said, fine, you just start cooking for yourself. So on occasion, we're being vulnerable. On occasion, I'll cook him a meal.
Mm.
And we've been married now over 10 years. And I think he's doing things a lot more just to make me feel better these days.
Yeah.
But before that, I was like, you don't like it? Go cook for yourself. But he really is a good cook. He barbecues. I love it. And I'm grateful because I really don't care to cook that much.
Yeah.
I do like when we're in a family setting, when the kids are all around, like those kinds of things. But it's just me and him, And most of the time anyway, rabbit trail.
Well, yeah. So my point was, so my husband and I have had those conversations, and you know, because I work from home.
Mm. Oh yeah. Well, you're home all day.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you understand? I have 20 calls in the day, and my brain is fried by the time you come home.
Yeah, I tell him your job is physical. Mine's mental.
We've had the same conversations.
Yeah. So. Yeah, if you cook, great. I appreciate it. Or, you know, if I cook, you do the dishes. If you cook, I'll do the dishes. Or
that just goes back to being helpmates for each other and not putting labels on things. If you see it needs to be done, do it. Like both of us, like and we're here to.
But you still have those. You still have those men and women. Expectations.
Absolutely. And we talked about that a while ago. Am I putting too much on him, them? It's okay. Where I'm placing them on a pedestal, or my expectations of them are so high that they will never achieve them because that's what I expect. Mm-hmm. And so then we have to really start looking internally and be like, oh, here I am, just because I'm not in addiction anymore, or whatever. You can still be the problem.
For sure.
We both feed into that, right? You know what I mean? Like, taking, I always, what do I say? Self-checks. I always try to really do a self-check.
There's a country song, and I can't remember who sings it, but it's, if I'm the problem, you might be the reason. And every time I hear that song, I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Am I the reason?
No, but see, now we really gotta take that easy too.
Sure.
Because I don't know about you, but me, I'm quick to want to take all the blame
Oh yeah, because
I'm
we want to
quick-
fix it.
That's right. I'm quick to be like, it's all my fault. I shouldn't have this. I shouldn't have that. No. Go easy on yourself, girl. Because that person had a choice.
That's right.
That
Oh,
person
my
had a
gosh.
choice. So Regina, step back. Come back over here. And this is how my conversations with the Lord go. Okay. Step back. Lay him down. Let me take care. Get out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put him back down. Every time I want to try to fix things, I call it the Lord steps on my toes a lot, and it's a good thing.
Yeah.
And so I've got to be very conscientious of that because I know the freedom
Yeah.
that comes on the other side, Michelle. Oh, that's why I feel like my passion comes off wrong sometimes
Sure.
because I'm like very intense about it, and you can do it. I know all the things, but I've had to learn. God's had to show me over the years. Step back, pray, trust, release.
Pray, trust, release.
Yeah,
That's
it's hard,
Yeah.
but
The praying's not hard.
trusting and releasing. Those
The
are the two
trusting
hardest.
and releasing on anything. It doesn't matter what
That's
it is.
right. Life.
Yeah.
Period. Whatever it is. Two hardest ones. But you know what? I'm finding the more and more I do that, the more and more peace I have.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
And you know, I don't have it every day. But I'm grateful for the little wins, sister.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, it's a good time today.
Yeah. So I guess we're going to end today with that. But we do want to thank you all for sitting with us and going through this conversation. It's not easy stuff, but it's real conversations.
And if today's an episode that hit home for you or that just nudged in your spirit and your belly, or if you just need someone to talk to, you can always send us a message or an email. What's our email?
It's love.loss.recovery@gmail.com.
Okay, love.loss.recovery@gmail.com.
Yes.
And we're happy to, are you going to put links for resources anywhere?
Yes. I'm still trying to build that out, but yes.
We'll have resources.
Yeah, or if you email us, we
yeah.
can send those out as well.
Yeah. And before we wrap up today, I want to say if you have someone, one resource, if you have someone in active addiction right now, I'm just going to tag them. Adult and Teen Challenge is a tool that it's faith-based though. Everybody has their own thing, right? Recovery and 12 steps work for some people. But that one right there, it's not about insurance. The beds are cheap, and if you know someone in active addiction right now, please email me. I want to get the help that they need. That's one resource I have, and I have a few other ones if they're not comfortable with that one.
Sure.
That we can get out.
And this just to reiterate, this podcast is meant for those who have loved ones in active addiction and feel like they have nowhere to turn,
and that they're alone.
and that they're alone.
Yeah.
And part of this is, so I went to Al-Anon.
Yeah.
I went to several Al-Anon groups, and I never found one that I felt was my group.
Right.
You know, so I started doing my own researches and.
So what's working for you these days? How are you getting through that? We're going to wrap up in one more minute.
How am I dealing with it or getting
If
through
you didn't
it?
find
So that honestly, these talks that we have, these talks that we have helped me a lot. I read and listen to audiobooks. The Addict's Loop, that is a very good book.
The Addict's Loop.
Yeah, and
she'll put the link in.
Yeah.
All the author and all the things.
I was gonna say I don't know who wrote it, but The Addict's Loop is a very powerful book. It opened my. I think I gave you a copy. Did I give you a copy of that book?
No, I have the Al-Anon.
Oh, you have the Al-Anon book.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
It's okay.
The Attic Sleep. I can give you a copy because I
You
have a
said you
hard
had an
copy.
extra.
I have a
We just
hard
didn't get to
copy, but I also have it on audiobook, and I
Okay.
listen to it when I'm in the car a lot. But anyway,
So that's been your.
that's been
go-to.
my help. I've listened to the whole Mel Robbins "Let Them" theory.
Yep, that's a good one. Let them.
There's a whole bunch of them that I've.
Okay, I was just curious.
Being on the road.
A lot, I know.
Yeah.
That's our best time.
Yeah.
If you're on the road driving, for me too, Michelle, it's my time of reflection. It's my time of prayer. It's my time sometimes of just screaming the top of my lungs.
Oh, girl, sorry, we will let you go
okay.
soon. So today after church,
Yeah.
I was going to Corsicana
Yeah.
because I was going to get a new Bible. So I went to Ollie's.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Oh,
Ollie's.
yeah.
Anyway,
I love that place.
I was listening to the radio and Jelly Roll.
I love Jelly Roll. Jelly, come to Hubbard, Texas.
Right? Or
Jelly Roll.
Just come to one of our talks.
Come on, sit in. We would love
Right?
to have
Somebody
you.
tag Jelly
Roll. He's
or-
coming.
Or XO, like
Yeah.
Johnny XO.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sorry.
I digress.
Okay.
His song "Save Me" came on,
Oh my God.
and I was in my truck, just at the top of my lung, just tears
Yeah.
flowing down my face,
Yeah.
and I just left church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I had my feel, and it was just a day for me.
It's good though. It was good. We need those days.
Yeah, and I think that's about the same time you texted me, and that's why I didn't respond right away because I was like,
In
okay,
your moment.
compose myself before I talk to anybody.
Girl, and y'all get somebody that you can walk life with, that you don't have to have it all together with all the time, because it's so helpful when you have
Yeah.
those people in your lives.
Absolutely.
And I love that song. That, you know what? I knew about Jelly Roll before he became famous. It was 3 years ago? 4
Oh,
years ago?
Okay.
I heard that song on YouTube.
Oh, really?
And I was sending it to my aunt. I was like, oh my God. I was in tears the same way.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, this is so right. And this is so true for so many people. And I sent that link to my aunt. And then when he becomes famous and all the things, she said, oh, here's this new artist. I want you to hear about it. I said, hey, Deb, I sent you that link 2 years ago. Anyway, but
How funny.
I do think, and I told you earlier, music for me is very healing.
Oh,
And so when I'm on the road,
absolutely.
that's when I do my praise and worship, and I just really get downloads.
I know
during those
people get
times.
tired of me. I'll post my favorite song is the Mandisa
Which one?
Good Morning.
Oh yeah, that's
like
a good one.
it just gets my blood pumping, and it has been for years.
I love it, and I love all your little cute posts about coffee. I love watching my friends' Facebook. And well, girl, if they're tired of that, then they're gonna really be tired of me on Sundays when I'm posting all my. If this is gonna make you feel good.
Yeah.
Links to YouTube videos. Anyway,
I know.
it's all good.
It's good stuff.
But we do. This is, again, we came together out of need for one another and to get through these. So this is birthed from a place of vulnerability.
Absolutely.
And
we were having
truths.
we were having these talks anyway, and we were like, there's got to be more
Other people. Yeah.
There's got to be more people going through some of the similar
Yeah.
situations.
So this is for you.
Absolutely.
All
Y'all
right.
y'all should have said something
What?
about my hair.
Girl, it's beautiful. You know what the word says? It's our crown of wisdom.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
starting to embrace mine. I just have a cap on today because I didn't curl or blow dry it.
because we're embracing. That's,
All right,
Anyway.
y'all. Bye.
Y'all have a good day.